I don't understand why they work perfectly now.
We were suspicious of them.
They were like, shit, they're gonna replace us.
We don't need you.
Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. I'll count us in. 3, 2, 1. Hello! This is the One Episode Rule podcast about first impressions. I'm Magpie, and it is October, and I feel witchcraft upon me.
I feel spooky in my bone.
Yes. My skeleton has finally popped out, and it's
shit.
running around. I'm glad it's free.
So are you just a pile now?
No, I'm the skeleton.
Mm.
And well, how do you speak then?
Skeleton.
Skeleton magic.
I feel like the necromancer who created you hasn't thought this through.
They're trying their best, okay?
I want to point out this plot hole to them.
This is fine. I don't have lips. I can't say brains.
So yeah, how are you two?
Good, kind of tired. I'm Blackle, by the way. I'm a person.
Yeah, I'm also
a real
good.
Physical person.
I'm Joey, and I am a skeleton. This week I read something that I was kindly given for my birthday, and that would be Rohan at the Louvre.
That is a comic.
It certainly is. Show me your evil paintings. That's all I want from every museum now.
It's the law.
Hey, I do art. Show me your evil paintings.
Show them to me.
The painting in question is actually quite beautiful.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very evocative.
Anyhow, it's good. Read it if you like JoJo's.
I did a little something.
Yeah.
With my time, is that I actually continued an anime that we
Nice. What'd you watch?
Because I watched some more Kill la Kill. And I do have to say that it does appear that the fascists do have the outfits.
But the communists, they have the music.
So what'd you think of it, though?
That's all I really have to say at this time.
How many episodes did you watch?
I'm at like episode 3 now.
Nice.
No, wait, 4. I'm at episode 4. Yeah, it's compelling. The outfits are ridiculous, but even they don't quite manage to take me out of it. So
yeah, very nice.
It's pretty cool. Good, it seems like a good show so far. Let's get to some news.
Yes.
So we got some topical things. For instance, was it today or was it yesterday? I think it was today that they revealed the last dude for the Smash fight brothers fight.
Oh, yep, it was today.
It was today.
Super Smashing Brothers.
And it was Sora Kingdom Hearts, which as an inclusion, I'm not entirely against.
Yeah, no, I respect it.
Makes sense. Kind of weird that some other characters that made a whole lot of sense never made it into Smash Brothers. In favor of baffling choices that don't make any sense. DMC.
Where in the world is Ratchet and Clank?
We can talk about Dante here.
I'll be honest, I don't even go here, but it would have been better if they did nothing rather than make him like a Mii costume. That's fucking insulting.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Don't do my boy like that.
It's like if you didn't have reservations to a restaurant, and instead of just telling you to go home, the maitre d' came out and spat in your face.
Or no, it would be more like they were like, "Oh, we have a seat," and it's just in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a toilet that they've closed the lid on.
Oh, ooh la la! They closed the lid.
Anyway, I wish all you Smash weirdos, even the weirdest, smelliest, most revolting of you, a good time with Sora at least.
Mhm. Agreed.
Anyway, here's a weird one. Well, actually, let's do this one first. Okay. If you're in the mood for it, the Pop Team Epic creator Bikub Okawa has adopted 3 cats, started a YouTube channel about them, and named them all after Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Oh my gosh!
I love this.
There better be a junior.
This is good content.
They are named Ta-chan, Koma-chan, and Poo-chan.
Aww.
After Terminator, Commando, and Predator.
Cute.
That's cool. Good for them and the cats.
Yes.
And in weird news related to the podcast, we've been here before. Nozomi Entertainment has launched a Kickstarter to dub the 1985 anime Dirty Pair.
Oh my!
Which, incidentally, is coming to Crunchyroll.
Wow. You know what? I can respect that. I had a pretty okay time watching that when we did.
Apparently, there hasn't been one before because they simply did not have all of the necessary resources, like the music and effects tracked. But they have apparently found them.
Nice. Awesome.
So, look forward to that probably being funded by Anime Old Heads. And,
was that a sort of like medium running or like short running series, or was it an OVA? I don't remember.
I don't know. It feels like it was a TV series. So.
Okay.
It has OVA energy though.
Yeah, it does. That's why I was wondering. I couldn't remember.
Speaking of, it's time for us to introduce our first show of October.
All right.
I don't want to shock you, but I think it's time to watch One Piece.
Well.
We'll see you on the flip side, listeners.
Hell yeah.
So, I told you In Fabric was going to be relevant. I made it relevant.
I was like, wow, this In Fabric adaptation looks great.
Also, the second anime we watched this last couple days that have featured a possessed piece of clothing.
This one is markedly more sinister.
Yeah, this is more of an evil slant.
So yeah, I did pull a Halloween trick on you all, because we did watch the 1992 OVA Noroi no One Piece rather than just One Piece.
Yeah, it's funny because on my notes at the top, I always write the title of what we're watching, and for this one I just wrote One Piece ?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it was difficult to find information about this. Thanks to one Ichiro Oda, that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, who would like this blurb?
I will read it.
Yes.
Yuko, a teenage girl, wishes for nicer clothes to impress the boy she likes. Kaori is faced with family problems while feeling lonely. Michio's crush transferred schools without even noticing her, leading her to question her tomboyish looks. These girls seemingly have nothing in common until all three come into possession of a beautiful one-piece dress. But is the dress just an innocent gift, or is there something more sinister at play?
Spoilers, there's something more sinister.
Yeah. Something very, very, very bad happens to all of them.
So
Mhm.
this was a 3-part like omnibus story, and shout outs to YouTube user Morosexual for being the only place you can watch this online.
Mhm.
Uh, Seemingly just uploaded to spite that fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To stick it to
Stick it to big OVA company that almost certainly doesn't exist anymore.
yeah, to stick it also to Oda specifically. They're like, "Oh, you want One Piece? I got One Piece 1992."
So it is interesting that this One Piece does predate One Piece, and also in fabric by like
Mhm.
30 years.
Yes.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's not a lot of plot here. It feels like this is built this show's strength is in vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is sort of like a Junji Ito like short.
It does
Mhm.
feel like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like three like different stories of like what if a dress was cursed?
Mhm.
And they all
And
play out differently, so
it's weird to encounter like competent anime horror that isn't based in Junji Ito.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This one, well, let's take it from the top on the 3 stories. There's 3 of us.
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
Who
Who
wants
wants
Yuko?
I want the last one. So,
I want the middle one.
All right, well, I'll take Yuko then. Uh, so yeah, Yuko is a normal teenage girl, a little shy, walking home with her friends, and one of her friends. Oh, by the way, we're only going to know the names of the main characters of these arcs
Yeah.
because
mhm.
there is no information about this OVA.
I mean, you could probably watch it like really closely and kind of perhaps pick up their names, but
Yeah, but
they're not important to
my
this.
anime list is not going to tell you who these characters are.
Mm-mm.
It barely remembers that this show exists. So, oh fuck, this was a Kyoto animation? Well, that explains it. Anyway, that's why it looks like that. It's a KyoAni joint.
Hmm.
So, anyway, she's a normal teenage girl walking home with her friends, one of whom's father has just come back from the West, presumably America, and brought her a bunch of clothes because obviously he's the doting type,
Yeah.
and has dressed her up like a Victorian children's doll. She seems delighted with it, so I guess good for them.
Seems fine.
All of the other girls are in their equally Western clothing. I really need to like stress this. They are just wearing sweatshirts and jeans,
Yes, they are.
walking home with her, fawning over her new outfit, while she, soaks it in and plans her birthday party, um, which we'll find out later is a ridiculous dating sim Christmas party, like in its own fucking
Yeah.
event center building.
Yeah, a high.
It's
We
in a
can get
fucking
back to
high
that.
rise. Anyway,
She might be like a bit of a rich girl, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I assume
maybe.
so.
That's the vibes I got.
I don't know. It just reminded me of all that shit from Tokimaki Memorial.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Planning her birthday party in which she's gonna invite the boy that Yuko likes, whose name I can't remember.
Ooh.
um,
Doi-kun.
Doi-kun. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. That's him. Weird name. just gonna say, but I'm not
Go ahead.
Japanese. I can't say that. Maybe it's just uncommon.
Maybe it's short. Maybe it's shortened form.
Could be.
Maybe.
Anyway, Doi-kun's gonna go, and that causes her to fantasize to the point where she has to be snapped out of it and confirm that she's attending.
Yeah.
She likes him because he spoke to her once.
Yeah.
And
every
specifically
time she
because
looked-
she cleaned the chalkboard, and
he
he was
said,
like, "Oh, you did that for me.
he's
Thanks."
like, "Oh, how nice," and she's just like, "He sounds so kind." Because
she's like, "I love you now."
the philosophical underpinning of Noroi no One Piece is that teenagers are stupid, and it is
Yes.
correct. Teenagers are stupid.
Teenagers be making bad decisions.
Teenagers in 1992, even more so. Although there is the trade-off that they have not been able to use Twitter to destroy their own minds.
Fair.
So they're still on default settings.
Yeah.
Anyway, she goes home to have an anxiety attack about it. And while she does so, a fucking terrifying shadow man delivers a package to her house. So
he just sort of like looks like he's made out of cloth that sort of disintegrates away.
It's a big box, and does she find it or does her mom find it first?
Her mom finds it.
Her mom finds it.
Her mom finds it. They open it, and they find it is a beautiful dress. We should note at this point, it actually kind of is. It's got
a pretty
very
cool dress.
It's kind of old fashioned. It's got a little bit of the prom dress about it, but it does have a really interesting rose motif on it.
It's so big and puffy.
It's very big.
Very large on the bottom. The color scheme is nice.
I don't know if it has. I don't know if it has like an artificial component causing that, or if it's just like really airy. But anyway, she thinks it's gorgeous, and her mom says, "Hey, you can't wear that. We don't even know where the fuck it came from."
Yeah.
It might have not even been delivered to the right place.
And
Yuko says, "Oh,
yeah, I should be allowed to wear the dress that isn't mine."
And she goes and she goes back up to her room to mad sleep.
Sometimes you gotta though.
Sometimes you gotta do angry sleep. Anyway, the next day, after school lets out, she is daydreaming about Doi-kun again, and Doi-kun interrupts this rudely to ask her if she's going to the party, which he said he's going to. And he seems like he agreed to it in a panic, because he really has the energy of somebody who says, "I'm going to this party and I don't fucking know anyone there."
Yeah.
Would you please come to the party with me?
Please.
Maybe he likes her. I don't know. He's been completely neutral, basically. As most teenage boys in this show will be.
Well, we'll find out at the end what he thinks, but
it's not really about them.
No.
So, yeah, she does actually confirm that she's going, despite the fact that she feels like she has nothing to wear at all.
Which I'm sure is not true.
We saw some of her other clothes. They're very 90s, but
they seemed fine.
They're okay. If she wore them with confidence, it would be fine. Although it is kind of a fancy party.
Again, this is teen angst kicking in. Like
I don't know whether he did, but I saw another kid there in a fucking tuxedo. Dude, you are overdressed. Who the fuck are you, James Bond?
I
am. Anyway, she complaining the whole time about not being satisfied with her clothes. She puts on a perfectly serviceable dress and gets ready to head out to the party. When she notices that there's something in the dining room, and and it leaps to the window. It turns out to be a black cat that wandered in through the open window and hisses at her and leaves. And she does notice that upon further inspection, it has destroyed her dress with its claws.
Yes, it jumped up next to her, and there was just this slash animation, and there's just this big gash in her dress, and I'm like, damn, I don't know a cat could ever do that, but I mean,
and it's
like
all
a
her
Pokemon move.
And it's all her fault. It's all Mom's fault. She couldn't lock up the window. It's all her fault. You have nothing to wear. Except for...
Or do you? Unless...
So we see where this is going. So she shows up to the fucking community center, I guess. This nondescript building that appears to have been rented out for the occasion, wearing the dress. And she's stunning. And Doi-kun thinks so too. And the birthday girl actually gets a little jealous. She obviously likes him too. And just like, hey, let's go play a game or whatever. And she says, yeah, we'll take Yuko with us. Except Yuko has entered a different state of mind.
She does just go into grudge mode.
She does execute a perfect Japanese ghost backwards walk into strangle. Fully possessed. Just choking the fucking life out of poor Doi. Who does the only thing he can do, which is struggle wildly, which does end up pushing her out a fucking full-length plate glass window. The dress leaves.
The dress explodes off of her body.
The dress is like, fuck this shit, I'm out, and disappears.
And most horror anime would show her bloody at the bottom, and she does hit the ground nude, but she doesn't die.
Yeah, she's fine. They show her at school like
she's
within the next few days. She's just got some bandages on her face, kind of.
But Doi-kun had to transfer.
Yeah, he was like, I gotta get out of here.
And she and she's taking it fairly well, but she has this other problem that she's pretty sure that dress is back in her closet, and she's too afraid to look.
The other thing that she did say was that he did like confirmed like her the whole time, and if she had just gone in something normal, it would have been fine.
Yeah, she did think to ask the other boys fucking after this.
Come on.
So
yeah,
I'll leave it to the next crypt keeper.
Yeah. The crypt keeper. Okay, so Kaori, I think is, I guess.
Kaori? Yeah, Kaori's right.
Kaori, yeah. Is the birthday girl from the last story.
Is she? She kind of looks like it, but
she looks identical to the
previous girl. Had the same exact face, but I don't think she's supposed to be related at all.
I think she's just a similar Kyoto. Came from a similar Kyoto animation mold.
Yes,
right, I see.
Yes,
yes. At any rate, her story is that her uncle buys a dress for her from a store in the city, and it is the cursed dress.
It's the same exact dress.
It catches his eye.
And he's like, I'm going to buy this for my niece. And so he gets it for his niece. And she wears it. And he's like, wow, you look cute in that. And she's like, thanks. And
she's a little too affectionate for her uncle. She's got a little bit of a complex.
Yeah, I was going to say, why is she crushing on her uncle? But
yeah,
whatever.
According to the prompt, it says that she's feeling lonely and has family problems, which the family problem is her mom and dad are fighting a lot. And so she gets this dress, and I'm struggling a little bit to remember more details because the premise of this one was that every time she goes to sleep, she wakes up and the dress is on her again.
She'd spend some time fascinating about dancing with her uncle wearing it. And she hangs it up and stares at it.
Yeah.
Because it's right across from her bed.
Yes.
And multiple times she goes to sleep and wakes up, and the dress is just on her again, which is very creepy. Very,
Yes.
very, what's the name of the sailor outfit from Kill la Kill?
Oh God, I can't remember.
Oh, it's Senketsu.
Yes, that.
Very please wear me type vibes.
Well, after watching more of that, he at least comes off willingly.
Yeah, that's good. That's all you can hope for sometimes. That your clothes will allow you to take them.
To remove them.
Yeah. This one not so much, because it gets to the point where she's not going to school anymore, and so her classmates come over to see what's up, and her mom lets them in, and the mom is like, "Okay, don't go in the room. Just look at her from outside the room." And they look inside, and she's just sitting there with the dress on, and the mom is just like, "Oh, it's so peculiar. We've tried to destroy the dress multiple times, rip it up, all this stuff. It keeps coming back. It's a different dress every time. And now it's just her skin. If you look closely, you can see the veins."
And
Flesh
a truly creepy scene.
Yeah.
Because the way she's
just
like,
sounds so airy about it. She's just like, "Oh, it's so strange, isn't it? That her skin is just the dress now."
She's become like fully like Junji Ito strained.
yes,
Yeah.
the way that she's talking to these other children, and they're just gawking in horror, and she's just like, "Isn't that awful?" And her eyes are just wide and like little little dots, and it's just like, wow. Terrifying.
Very.
She's under a considerable amount of stress.
I mean, yeah.
First, your husband fucks around on you, and then your doll gets possessed by a dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
Can't really go to the children's doctor for this one.
She's just like, well, I guess this is her life now.
I diagnose your daughter with a "get the fuck out of my office." Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, don't let that evil in here.
I have to call the temple. Holy shit.
This is a matter beyond men and science. I'm not dealing with this. So that's her story. She's just wearing that dress forever now.
It's her. It is her. Yeah. And that leads us into part 3, which is about Michio. So this story begins when the girl realizes that the boy she likes is going to transfer schools. And she gets really sad because she's like, oh, I wish we had had a chance to spend more time together. It feels like another one of these things where, you know, she was like pining after someone who, and like they didn't, you know, they weren't actually like a thing. She just wished they kind of were more, you know what I'm saying? So she gets really like depressive. She goes home and she's, her little sister is like, kind of teasing her a little bit, like, oh, that boy you like is leaving or whatever, and she's just pinching her cheeks, and she's just like, you should have been more girly so he would notice you. Also her aunt is there, and her aunt is just like, wow, your daughter is so my niece is so tall and boyish and tanned, and it's like, what? She just looks like a normal anime girl.
Well, she's like pretty tall and slender, and she's just like, "Are you playing basketball, kid?" You know,
right.
The aunt is actually taking like a genuine interest in her life, but her mom's being a huge bitch for some reason.
Her mom is just not nice about like any of this, because I mean, yeah, I mean, she has the short haircut and whatever, but I don't know. I thought she was fine. So she does like immediately fall into like a lovesick fever where she can't go to school because she has fallen ill, and it's just like, well, I don't know about this. And then you hear her mom out in the hallway talking to her little sister. And she was like, oh, the boy she like transferred schools. She should have been more girly so he would have noticed. And it's like, I don't know that he would have like stayed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's probably just going where his family goes. I don't know. I didn't like the oh, you're a tomboy, so you're, you know,
Well, yeah, she's
boys
just
won't
admittedly
like you.
being kind of a bitch.
Yes. It's just a plot that I don't like. But anyhow, so she's at home and suddenly she hears a knock at the door. And of course, it's our old friend the Shadow Man has left another package, and it's the dress again.
Yeah, this in the face of the fact that her family just went out to shop without her while she was sick at home.
Yeah, they were just like, we're going shopping. So she gets this package, and this is different from the first one, because the first one there was no information in it or on it about where it could have come from. This time it specifically had a note with like papers within it from
a letter from Togashi,
the boy she likes, that is like, my grandma is like dying and she wants to see the girl that I'm going to marry, and I keep telling her, Grandma, I'm too young for that, but I need to just make her happy because she's dying. So can you please put this dress on? It's like a cherished memory of hers, and we'll just kind of like make her happy. Please, you're the only person that I can trust to do this. And she's like delighted. She's like,
she's starstruck at the phrase.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to say this almost has the vibe of like a Nigerian prince scam.
Yes.
In a way.
I saw it and I was like, oh, this seems fake instantly.
Yeah. Which is funny that like the idea of like a supernatural like evil being like putting on all this work,
scamming her.
Yeah.
I know.
Just like thinking idly to itself, okay, what's a plausible story? Oh yeah.
Well, to be fair, it's a different time, and it's so specific
that
maybe she'd believe it.
Yeah.
So he's like, meet me at this like station, and we'll go and do stuff. So her family the next day, she has sprung back from her illness. And they're like, oh, you're better already. And she's like, I'm young, I'm springy. Her sister is like, this is suspicious. And they're like, oh, we're going out shopping again. Do you want to come with us? And she's like, oh no, I have plans with a friend. She doesn't say who. Mistake number one. Don't do that, kids. So go on without me. I'm just going to go do my thing. And they go. She goes to do her thing. And they come back. And it is nighttime. And she is not back yet.
She left a note, by the way. For her sister.
So her sister finds this note. And her sister's like, ah, dang it. And
it says, I've gone to hang out with Togashi.
Yes. So she calls a different friend and she's like, hey, do you know where my sister is? Do you know about Togashi, perhaps? We're trying to figure that out.
It was, do you have his number?
Yes. And the person that she contacted is like, oh, haven't you heard? Togashi died in a car accident.
Yeah, your sister was out the other day. She wouldn't have known, but him and his whole family were killed in a horrific traffic accident.
So it's just like, so who was Dress?
Who was Dress? Yeah. And then we learned that
she didn't come
there's
back.
She didn't come back. There's been they put up posters of her, but there's no sign. There's rumors that people will occasionally see a girl in its beautiful dress with a quote unquote shaggy man, which they just show her walking around with the shadow monster, which is very incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the summary of all of those.
That's the end of it. So we want to talk about like technical stuff, because I want to talk about technical stuff.
Yes, I want to
Because,
specifically talk about the storytelling.
For 1992, this is gorgeous.
Yes.
It is. It's got like it's some of Kiyoani's like very early work. So everybody there was really talented already.
Yeah.
And it's also got like just like extreme 80s anime, like vaporwave.
Yes.
Feel.
Very, like, if you see a hashtag aesthetic anime post, these could be in one of those.
These are aesthetic.
I thought it was like really creative with like some of the shots as well. Like there was the one where like like over half the frame was just red, and at the very top there's like what's her name? Michio in her dress, like walking towards her crush. And it's just like over half the frame is just red, and I thought that was
there's a lot. There's a lot of artistry. Even the normal shots, they're everything's the character designs are relatively simple, but everything has like a soft like glow to it. There's watercolor backgrounds. It's all very pretty.
Yeah.
And then all of the shit with all of the supernatural effects are incredible.
Whenever I guess it's like the sort of like curse playing out, they have like a animation of the rose kind of like swirling in and swirling. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like
cool. It's like a smoky Mandelbrot looking effect.
Yeah,
it's neat.
And in addition, some of the just individual scenes are incredible. The scene, the scenes from the middle one are particularly incredible. But yeah, with the mother, that scene is lit like an 80s slasher movie.
Ooh, yeah, it is.
Just bathed in neon. And then earlier in that was an even more an actually startling scene, because she's at school telling her friends about how she hasn't been sleeping very well, and she keeps waking up in the dress, and it's really weird. And the teacher suddenly, snaps the door open to begin and to walk in and begin class, and she looks up and she's wearing the dress, and she just screams.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh shit.
And oh shit is right.
Yeah, it's startling.
All right, you wanted to talk about the storytelling?
I like that each of their, like, quote unquote, the way that the dress curses them, it kind of plays out to like their, I guess, character flaw. You know what I'm saying?
It's a personalized curse.
Because, like, okay, the first one, she likes this boy, but she won't, like, do anything about it. She won't talk to him. She's, like...
She's too shy.
She's shy. She's kind of almost, like, a little jealous of this other person. So, it curses her to, like, physically attack him.
And she turns full backwards over the, like fucking JoJo posing, walking backwards. Like, just full on, like, the curse shit.
And also, like, a sort of, like, it didn't have to be this way. She, like, did this to herself because her mom kept telling her, don't do it.
She's like, you can't wear that.
Yeah.
Only reasonable person in this show.
Yeah, right. She's like, that dress seems like bad news. Also, it's not ours. And then in the second one, she's like, I want, to be noticed. I guess the curse is just that it becomes her. And that's wild.
She becomes like obsessed with it, because
yes, exactly.
She's looking at it from the bed every night, and it sees that and reciprocates it.
Exactly. It's like, well, if you want to look like this so much, why don't you become me? You know what I'm saying?
Like, we're gonna go ahead and just be together forever, I think.
And then in the last one, her problem is, she wants to be more girly, specifically to impress this, boy. And in doing that, she, is not careful about, where she goes or what she does. So, all of these are, the horror is partly in the dress, but also in,
It finds
the-
specific ways to prey upon them.
exactly. And the way that they all have, those different character traits, I think it's really fascinating, take on horror.
I like that the dress is in no way explained.
Yes. It's just a cursed dress that,
That's all you need to know.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Because it's there's a level of mystery to it, and that's always that's always a good hook.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a mysterious thing that
It could be not real at all.
Yeah, for sure. Again, it's kind of going on their, their character flaws. So, I also, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say.
Whoops.
Whoops.
I'd say that this show's only real flaws for me would probably be the hard-coded subs go fucking crazy at one point.
Yeah.
And you can tell that these were not added in post or part of YouTube. They were baked into the tape this was lifted from. So yeah, at the end of Michio's note, there's just an enormous string of gibberish.
I've gone to see Togashi-kun. MBOB 1215528. It's just a string of numbers.
I think I know what this is.
Oh yeah?
It looks like SPG path data. It looks like maybe there was some drawing embedded or something and it couldn't render it.
Maybe someone was copy pasting.
Yeah.
From something.
Maybe.
Anyway, somebody fucked up the subs and then baked it right into the videotape.
But it doesn't keep you from understanding the that particular line. It's just a little weird.
It only happens the once.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I could say is the sound quality and dubbing, while they're not irritating in any way, and honestly, it seemed competently acted. They have this weird mixing thing that reminds me this is there's an odd feel of the 70s about the whole thing.
I can see that.
It reminds me severely of parts of the 1977 movie House.
Yeah.
This is significantly more coherent than House, but
House is incomprehensible.
But it does remind me of it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh boy. So what do we think? We're gonna bury the lead here, especially for October. The rules are a little different, and we physically cannot watch another episode of this.
Yes.
This is all there is.
We watched it all.
This turned out to be the whole episode rule.
This is the one. Well, it's still the one episode because there's only the one episode.
Yeah.
But if we continue delving into more weird fucking OVAs I found on YouTube, then we might have to loosen the format a little to account for it.
I think that's fine.
That's fine. We're having a good time here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
anyway,
I had a good time watching this.
I had a great time. I saw all kinds of things I liked. It didn't drag ass at any point.
The pacing was very brisk.
These were three little simple stories, and they, it was a fun premise.
You get to see great Kyoto Animation early work. Parts of it reminded me of Satoshi Kon. Yeah. Specifically, all the weird up close face scenes where there would just be a bunch of light sources rotating really fast past their eyes.
Yeah.
I'm just wow, this feels like Paranoia Agent in places.
Yeah. That's true.
So yeah.
So if one of your garments has possessed you and is choking the fucking life out of you, you should call the cops.
I don't know who you need to call.
You know what? Don't call,
Ghostbusters.
you know what? Don't call the cops. They'll shoot you. Do
Call
call a priest.
Call your local.
But afterwards, you can tell us about it at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That's the word, not the number. If you would like a "I Survived the Cursed Dress" T-shirt, we don't sell those, but maybe we should.
Yeah.
Really, the first draft was it was going to be "I survived the cursed dress," but that was going to cause problems.
Yeah, that one. Then we run the risk of that one cursing you, and that
And in product design, you try to avoid triggering post-traumatic stress disorders.
We can't deal with the ramifications. But anyhow, we're on Twitter. We're at OneEpisodeCast.
It's just generally bad for sales.
That segue didn't work out as good as I wanted it to, but that's okay. They can't all be winners.
I really like that abstract rose pattern.
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, I'm gonna look for some more weird OVAs and other treats for October.
Yes, this is gonna be.
I sort of roundabout found out about this one from a Hazel video.
Oh, which one?
That is the one about. That's the one you can't watch until October's over.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to watch it, it is. Oh God, I gotta find the name of it now.
Is it the weird rabbit hole of VHS?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I've already watched that one, so.
Well, clearly you forgot some of it. So
I've forgotten. Well, I was watching it at work, so I wasn't looking at the screen. So.
But yeah, that's an interesting video. It's an exploration of a bubble economy Japanese direct-to-video anime.
It's good.
And how the West pretty much found out about anime entirely through that medium. So we have a really weird perception of it.
Well, I'm glad we found one of the winners from that one.
Yeah, it looked like a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think that's enough for tonight. We gotta leave some more meat on the bone for the rest of our October episodes.
Oh yeah, more crunchy anime beef.
Crunchy really isn't something you desire, and never mind.